Take a look at this Class B. It's the only one available here in North America that has that top, and that top allows it to have a 7-foot 4-inch, I kid you not, interior standing height. It is the 2019 National Traveler Trek, and it is by Regency RV, and it's got a lot of unique selling points, not the least of which is that fiberglass cap that they put on the top, which gives it, as you can see here, that interior standing height that I mentioned of 7 feet 4 inches. We're going to have a look at it and see, have they put that height to good use? This is the floor plan of the Trek edition. It's got the twin beds in the back, as well as is it a lounge in the front? Maybe, we'll see in a second, and then your galley midsection. But they also make the Tour, which is also a high top edition, but has the sofa bed in the back, and then your galley midsection along with your bathroom. And finally, they make the brand new Explorer, which has the sofa bed in the back, but then a true front lounge, as well as an optional Euro bunk that can lower down from the top in the rear as well. So as we take a look here along the back of the unit looking in, I just want to highlight, you can see again here, this is with the optional screen package, that there is an awful lot of interior standing height in the Trek. There's a double row of cabinets there at the top, and just gobs and gobs of interior standing height. It could be, maybe, it could be the ideal RV for you if you're a tall person. Maybe, we're going to see as we step inside. It's got to meet a couple other qualifications in order to earn that title. But we do get a good look at the interior standing height here. Also, we get a great look at in the door. They actually put a place to store the table top for the back, as well as a pedestal table leg. And that's not always the case in many of these Class Bs, but they've done so here at on the National Traveler, and I'm thankful for that. Let's take a look at the dimensions. The exterior length standard for the ProMaster 3500 is 20 feet 11 inches. The exterior width is 6 feet 9 inches. Now, the exterior height is 9 feet 4 inches up to 9 feet 9 inches. Let's just call it 9 feet 9 inches at the top of the air conditioning unit. And that's because they cut out a large hole in the roof of the ProMaster, and then they fit this fiberglass roof on the top in order to give you over a foot of extra interior standing height that you would normally not have on the ProMaster 3500. So that means your interior standing height goes from 6 foot 2 inches, and we'll talk about where exactly is it 6 foot 2 inches in this coach, all the way up to 7 foot 4 inches. And while we're talking about dimensions, let's take a look at occupant and cargo carrying capacity, because this coach does have, with that extra roof height, a lot of extra storage along the top of that fiberglass cap that they put in. So your occupant and cargo carrying capacity rating it depends on what options you get, but it's roughly around 1,100 pounds. Now I've changed the weight of the driver and the passenger. I got a lot of comments from all of you. I've changed it to 200 and 160 pounds for the driver or passenger, and then we have to subtract off their weight plus the weight of a full tank of water. In this case, it's only 20 gallons, 8.3 pounds per gallon. It's 166 pounds, leaving us with 574 pounds for net cargo carrying capacity. Now, that's okay. It would be okay on a normal rig. I mean, after you throw in all of your necessities like your dishes and cookware and sleeping, pillows and blankets and stuff like that and clothing, you're not going to have an awful lot left over to really fill up all of those upper cabinets. And so I just want to point that out to you. All right, let's take a look along the passenger side here. It's very clean. Look at those windows. Those are C.R. Lawrence type windows, very automotive, very clean, but they're missing something. Can you tell what they're missing? We're going to talk a little bit about that when we head inside, but overall, I have to say the van is very, very clean looking, very automotive looking. I like it a lot. Here we have a nice sweeping view down the passenger side. Nice running boards. Those are included standard on this. And as we go along the driver's side, that's your Suburban instant hot water heater. You've got your exterior shower there along the side. And then down below here is your dump station. So as is the case with almost every, if not every Class B out there, your dump station is exposed. This is a gravity dump station. By exposed, I mean it's exposed to the elements. So this part of the National Traveler Trek is not going to be protected for, four-season freezing weather. But again, it's not unique to the Trek. Just want to make you aware of that. And there's your black and gray tank flush valves that you pull there. Okay, let's take a look at the driver seating position since we are along this side. And as you can see, I mean, this is a ProMaster. It's pretty good. It's not the best out of the three chassis, but here you can see I have the seat pushed all the way back and my arms are, almost fully extended. I've got pretty good leg room. And it works well enough. But if you're a taller driver, you'll need to sit in one of these yourself to see if it's going to work for you. But it was comfortable and I didn't have any problems for myself. I'm 5 feet 10 inches in height. While we're talking about and looking at the driver seating position, let's talk about the engine specs. And what I've put up here is the ProMaster's specs. In comparison, I thought it would be useful with the other chassis that are out there. So you can see this is a 3.6 liter gas engine, and it's capable of delivering up to 283 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque. It's a 6-speed automatic transmission. You can expect to get mileage probably in the range of 16 to 18 miles per gallon with the ProMaster. All right, let's just take a look at the back once again with the doors closed, and I just want to pan up and you can see again that fiberglass top there, that whole section at the top there, that's the part of the additional roof height that they added. And there's one other little surprise here on the passenger side that we're going to take a look at. They've integrated an outdoor table, which is pretty utilitarian. You've even got some outlets there, and it's very easy. You just flip it on down. It's got little straps that hold it up. You got a couple outdoor chairs you can set up out there. That'll work great for you. Also get a optional television to hook up out there if you like. Okay, let's step inside. This is what it looks like as we come around, stepping inside of the National Traveler Trek. And the first thing you notice is this is your front lounge. I guess it's your front lounge. They bill it as your front lounge. On their site, you can see the height here. There's an extra row of cabinets there at the top. You've got a kind of a jump seat there. Those jump seats do not have any 3-point seat belts on them, just lap restraints. And then here you can see this is an optional television, LED television in the lounge. I don't like its height. It's pretty high over the door, and I think your neck's going to be constrained a little bit there. Now, the site, I want to go back to, advertises that you can put a pedestal table up between the two cab seats, but I could not find a place to put the pedestal table leg in up at the cab, as you can see here. So at least this particular model that I'm reviewing, the 2019 model, does not have a place for you to put a pedestal table up front here. And that's unfortunate to me because it really underutilizes the potential of this front area to be a permanent lounge for you, so you can keep the bedroom that we're going to see in a moment set up as a permanent bedroom. Here you can see me seated on the seats. I mean, two adults could kind of squeeze in here, and keep in mind the two cab seats do also swivel around, so you can have kind of 4 adults sitting up here. But again, there's no table, unfortunately, for you to utilize. The seat comfort was, it was just okay. And I should also point out that this bed is not a jackknifing jump seat or anything like that. It does not turn into a bed here up front. Okay, as we move around, let's go straight to the back. This is one of the highlights of this van, is the fact that you have a set of twin beds back here. Now, I want you to notice something. This is a big deal. Look at all the windows as we look around here. Do you notice anything? It's what I was pointing about outside. These windows don't open. In fact, as far as I could tell, none of the windows opened inside of this coach. It was the strangest thing. I I I have to ding it because that is a serious problem with ventilation. I mean, this particular coach had the side and rear screen doors, which is great. And so you could always swing the back doors open, slide the slide door open in the front, the sliding door open in the front, and get some pretty good cross ventilation. But those screens are optional. And so my feeling is if you're not going to put opening windows in a coach, at least put the screens in as standard so that people have a way to get proper ventilation, because without those screens, you're going to roast in here in the summer, and you're going to have to be running your generator to run your air conditioner to get any type of real circulation going inside of here. So it's a real head scratcher to me why Regency chose not to put opening windows anywhere inside of this coach. This rear area also functions as a rear lounge, and so you can set up a pedestal table, which is stored there on the back door in between the two facing couches. And you can get 4 people very comfortably in here. You can probably get 5. And if you wanted with a couple of kids, you could get 6 people in back here. There are some seat belts on each side. Again, they're not 3-point seat belts. They're just lap restraints, but they are there. They do use memory foam on the seats. The seat comfort was, okay. And here you can see, again, just the massive amount of storage that you have here in the rear lounge / bedroom with that double-decker storage cabinets, thanks to the added fiberglass cap that they stuck on the top. Now, one of the benefits of having a rear lounge set up with twin beds like this is the fact that you can easily have, the idea is you can easily have 2 twin beds set up for yourself. So here you see me on the passenger side, and I'm 5'10", and if I remove the back seating cushion there, I'd have pretty good width, and it's okay length. I mean, I think that if you're like 6 foot, you just squeeze in there. But if you're any taller, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for you to fit on the passenger side. But the real problem for me is on the driver's side. You're going to have to be really short. I mean, I think you're going to have to be, under 5'6" in order to really utilize that side as a twin bed. So in my book, this does not qualify as a true twin bed setup because the space on the driver's side just is not enough to be used as a bed for really anyone over maybe 5.5 feet tall. So the way you would really need to sleep on this bed, a couple would need to sleep on this bed, is to make it into one kind of queen size bed. And the dimensions of that bed are 54 by 73. So again, you would be sleeping widthwise when you convert this into one large bed so that 2 of you could sleep comfortably. All right, as we move forward here, again, we can see the height here in the coach. And doing things a little bit differently, let's head up into the cab. Now this is the 2018 ProMaster chassis, and this is the 2018 ProMaster cab. It's pretty automotive looking. You can see you got plenty of cup holders. I've driven this. It drives just fine. You sit up nice and high. You got panoramic views out your windows. It's actually very enjoyable to drive, and it's enjoyable to drive on longer distances as well. Let's talk very quickly, though, about the safety features. This is something new I'm doing in all my reviews. And again, I put up the Transit and the Sprinter here so you can see kind of how the ProMaster compares. And this is one of the weaker points about the ProMaster. ProMaster has a lot of positive points, but its strength is not in its safety features. As you can see here, it doesn't have any really real safety features, no collision detection, no lane keeping assist, no blind spot detection monitoring, no adaptive cruise control, no post-crash alert. But the ProMaster is by far the least expensive chassis that you're going to get of the 3 that I have listed here. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the big selling points of the ProMaster. And one of the ways that they keep that cost down is they don't put a lot of things like all the electronics and things needed for these safety systems. I mean, it does have plenty of airbags and things like that in the cab, so you don't need to worry about that. And it's got anti-lock brakes and stability control and all of those features it's got. But some of these extra safety features, it's just lacking. Okay, as we move out from the cab, There's a bit of storage, as in all ProMasters here. You can see the storage above the cab. I personally don't like having that storage bin above the cab. I just tend to bump my head on it. But at least here it's fairly large. You can dump a lot of stuff in there. It'd be a great place for bedding. And once again, I just want to do another shot here, the interior height and how much height there is. There's a lot of height. And there you can see on that window, again, it's not opening in the front lounge. But yeah, double-decker storage cabinets front to back in this coach. And again, if you're shorter, you're going to have a little bit of a problem reaching those upper cabinets. So you probably will want to bring a step stool. And again, I'm just not sure how valuable it is in this coach because you don't have a lot of extra cargo carrying capacity. So that's too bad. All right, let's head into the bathroom. I love that little graffiti of the person sitting on the toilet. This is a two-piece dry bath. Two-piece meaning it's got a toilet and a shower. There is no sink, so for some of you, you will enjoy that. There's some extra storage above the shower. This would be a great place for your towels and things like that, which is a good use of space. However, I would have preferred to see that space used for interior standing height in the shower stall. This is a standard height, 6'2" interior standing height in this shower. And it's too bad because it's a missed opportunity for the National Traveler Trek Edition to accommodate taller passengers. Now, they did fix this on the Explorer, which I'll review in the future. The Explorer has a full 7'4" interior standing height in the shower stall. But here in the Trek, they don't have it, and instead they utilize that space by putting a little linen closet above the bathroom. Okay, here's just a great view of the shower sitting empty. It is nice. It's a one-piece fiberglass enclosure. There's good lighting in there. You've got your porcelain toilet, and you've got your cover for your toilet paper. All very thoughtful things to put in the design. Glad that Regency thought of those things. Here we are standing inside the shower, looking out. You can open those doors, by the way, and it kind of creates a little bit of extra space in the aisleway for when you get out and need to dry off and things, and it still have privacy, and I like that a lot. Here you can see me seated on the toilet. Nice elbow room, nice, nothing behind my head, nothing above my head, and because there's no sink, I got plenty of leg room. And here you can see me standing, and again, this really emphasizes I'm 5 feet 10 inches, and it really emphasizes my head is tight. I've only got a few inches above my head for clearance there. But without a sink, it gives me pretty good standing height in here for, if I need to stand in here and maneuver around. So I'm happy about that. All right, let's take a look at tank capacities. Freshwater tank is 20 gallons, and I should point out it's internal. Gray water is 27 gallons, black water 13 gallons, and your liquid propane is kind of small. They actually shrunk the liquid propane tank, I believe, in order to give you a larger black water tank. So your tank capacities are just, okay. They're not the best for boondocking, but at least they give you a fairly large gray water tank. All right, as we head out of the bathroom, let's now spin around. Let's take a look at your galley here. I like the look of it. I like the Corian. It's kind of a smallish galley, but you do have a flip-up counter extension there. And one of the nice things about this galley is it comes standard with an induction cooktop. That is not a convection microwave oven, however. And kind of a smallish sink, but it's workable. As we take a look here, you can see we've got some okay storage underneath the sink, but we have that compressor refrigerator there. That is a 3.1 cubic foot compressor refrigerator. On the Tour model, by the way, it's a 7 cubic foot. Compressor refrigerator means that we don't have to use propane at all. It runs completely off electricity. Compressor refrigerators will tend to cool down a lot faster, and in hotter weather outside, they will maintain the temperature a lot better. There's a nice picture of the Galley with the counter extension up. It's a flush mount counter extension. There's your stainless steel sink, residential style faucet. It all works together well as a galley. Let's take a look at some of the storage. That's the sum total of your storage there. You've got a little bit more to the right of the refrigerator and then kind of a deep kind of, actually could be used as a wardrobe closet there on the right of the microwave. And there's your refrigerator open as well. A little bit small at 3.1 cubic feet, but many of you will be happy, as I mentioned, that it is a compressor refrigerator. While we're talking about compressor refrigerators, they do take up a lot of energy. This coach comes with a 12 volt, 255 amp AGM lead acid battery. Now, National Traveler Regency tells me you can upgrade to the Xantrex system. That's the same system that's used by Coachmen and Midwest Automotive and other coach manufacturers. It's a very good system. It's a 600, I believe, amp hour system. That's certainly enough to run your air conditioner for 4 to 5 hours. And it's probably around, I don't know, after a discount and things, it's probably around, 18,000, 15,000 upgrade, something like that. I'm speculating. I don't have all the information. They did not have all the information other than to tell me that it's by Xantrex. It comes with a 2,000 watt, though, standard inverter. The inverter just takes power from the batteries and then converts it so that it powers the kind of home outlet type outlets that are throughout the coach. I think there's something like 6, so you can plug in standard laptops and hair dryers and things like that. So that's nice. 2,000 watts is a good amount. The generator is also good. It's 2.8 kilowatt gas generator with automatic generator start, and that's standard. And I've been in my fair share of coaches which do not come with a standard generator. They're an option. So here it's standard. And you can get up to 100 watt solar panel on the roof. That's disappointing. They really should allow at least up to 2. And if they could, 3 would be great, but at least up to 2 for 200 watts, especially with that compressor refrigerator. So I'm going to ding them on the solar, because when you put a compressor refrigerator in like that, you need to have enough juice in order to keep it running if you're parked for a while, and you really do need minimum 2 solar panels for that. All right, so what are one of these things going to set you back? Well, prices. This is one of the best features about the National Traveler lineup of RV, Class B RVs. They're priced really well, anywhere from the low 80s, as you can see here, but they can go up to maybe 105,000. But the fact that you can see dealer pricing here as low as 82,000, that's pretty good to me. So 80,000, 105,000, that's here in August 2019. Also really nice coach warranty of 3 years. That's great. I could find nothing on their site about any roadside assistance. It does come with 2 3-point seatbelts, although there are, I believe, 5 total. There are 3 extra seatbelts. I think I saw 4 actually. So you could carry additional people with lap restraints. And then the coach is set up ideally for sleeping 2 people. This is a couples coach. I think you need to look at it that way. Don't look at it as a touring coach. Don't look at it as a family coach. So what do I like about the National Traveler Trek? Well, I like the fact that you can find dealer pricing for it at around 80,000, which means you probably are going to be able to negotiate it down below 80,000. That's one. I like the fact that it comes with a 3-year warranty. It's at that price range. It's one of, I don't know of any, but it's very, very few coaches in that price range that offer you a 3-year warranty. And finally, I do like the fact that it has an interior standing height from the front to the back of 7 feet 4 inches. I think taller folks are going to really enjoy that extra height. But I think that standing height is also something that's a ding against it. I don't think that they've hit the mark, at least on the Trek Edition, on how to best utilize that height. Just putting rows of extra storage cabinets, but then not having enough occupant and cargo carrying capacity to really justify it, just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. They could have used it for creating a coach designed for taller people, but they missed the mark on the bathroom, only having 6 feet 2 inches of standing height, and also on the bed not really being large enough to hold someone larger than taller than 6.5 feet. So that's one thing I don't like about it. I don't like the fact that there are no windows that open in the coach. I just think that's a complete oversight, and I'm scratching my head wondering why they made that design decision. It could have been alleviated a little bit if they had put the side and rear screen packages in as standard, so at least you could open those doors up and get cross ventilation. And then, I don't know why, but in the coach that I looked at, I did not see a place between the two seats in the cab to put a table, and I think that's a missed opportunity to have a true front lounge in this model that would have then allowed you to have a permanent bed set up in the back, because a lot of people really don't want to set up and tear down their beds in the back. So not being able to have a lounge in the front on this Trek model really, I think, was a misdesign decision. So those are my thoughts on the 2019 National Traveler Trek by Regency RV. I hope you liked this video and found it a little bit useful, and I will see you all again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.